Hello, and I wanted to introduce myself. This is Math V22, the Introduction to Linear Algebra at Ventura College. I am your instructor, Ryan Pettifils. You can just call me Ryan. And we have our embedded tutor, Justin.
Hello, my name is Justin Arbeza. I am your embedded tutor for this summer, and I am a graduate student at California State University Northridge studying structural and earthquake engineering.
And Justin was a former student of mine in my MATLAB programming class for engineers. So it's good to have him back now as a tutor. And he's taken some more of the advanced linear algebra classes. So he's definitely qualified for this class. This class is 4 weeks online, which is super, super quick. You will not have a life for the next 4 weeks, but you will get done with linear algebra. So we'll talk about the way the course is going to run, what your expectations are, how Justin and I are going to support you. This class also requires you to take 2 in-person exams. And by in-person, you have to physically go somewhere. So we have the Ventura College Testing Center. You will need to make an appointment with them, and I'll have that information for you in a second. If you cannot make it to the Ventura College Testing Center, then you will have to get a alternate testing center approved. It could be like at a university, a library, another school, but we'll get to that. All right, like I said, I'm your instructor, Ryan Pettifils. You can just call me Ryan. This course is a 4-week asynchronous, which means there's no required times that we're meeting with each other. It's an online course, but it requires 2 in-person exams. The commitment based on the time of all the material is 40 to 45 hours per week, which is a lot, I know. Your weekly assignments will be due on Sundays and Wednesdays by midnight. Those are just some arbitrary deadlines. If you miss an assignment, we're going to have 2 types of assignments on Canvas. The first one's called a reading assignment, which has videos for you to watch and just a few questions for you to answer to learn about what you're going to be doing for that section. And those reading assignments are auto-graded. And then after you complete the reading assignment, you have a corresponding homework assignment. So if you do reading assignment 1, you will then complete homework assignment 1. And homework assignment 1 is also auto-graded. I'm using the homework system called My Open Math, which is all integrated through Canvas. You do not have to log in to a separate website. Everything is on Canvas. Also, everything is free for you this summer, all of the textbook and the software. So if you do miss your deadline, I am flexible because this class is so short. You can use something called a late pass, and every student gets 5 late passes for the summer, and a late pass will extend your deadline by 48 hours. So if you miss an assignment, just use a late pass on Canvas, and that'll extend your deadline. But I want everything to be turned in by August 3rd. That is our last day of the class. We have 2 in-person exams. The midterm is already coming up. It's the week of July 15th. The testing center is not open on Fridays. So if you do sign up, make sure you take it no later than July 18th. And then for the final exam, you can take it any day the week of July 29th, but no later than August 1st. Sign up now. Go ahead and go to this website, or you can just Google Ventura College Testing Center. Fill out the student request form. Pick the day you're going to take it. The testing center does get full. It does get pretty booked in there. So you want to make sure that you're guaranteed a spot. And I believe he takes a lunch break around noon. So you want to take it in the morning or in the afternoon. All of the hours are on that website as well. But make sure you sign up now to guarantee a spot. And you can do that for the midterm and the final. All right. In our class, Justin took linear algebra. What was the one thing that was the most difficult for you, Justin, in linear
The,
algebra?
the proofs.
The proofs, which most math-related students would say. In this class, there's a lot of applications to linear algebra. We're going to be working with matrices, basically the theory behind matrices and applications of matrices. But at the same point, at the same time, this class is also a requirement for math majors, and it is a transition into higher level proofs, proving things in mathematics. You might be familiar with the Pythagorean theorem, right? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Why is that true? Well, that's where proofs come in. A proof is a mathematically logical argument, kind of like an essay in mathematics, that can be used to show that a result, theorem, proposition, lemma, to show that it's true always. In science, we have experiments. You know, we can do an experiment and say, oh, based on this experiment, this bridge should hold. But in mathematics, it goes even farther. If we have a proof, we know it will work always. It's like solid evidence that this will work always. So in our discussion boards, we're going to have one per week. In your discussion boards, that's where you're going to do mathematical proofs. You will also have a few proofs on the midterm and the final. So you can't get through this class without having done some proofs. I am making videos for you to explain how proofs work. I also have some that I've collected from another textbook that I put in the discussion board, but you will need to watch those on your own time and just give yourself some extra time when you work on the proofs because they do take longer. Like I said, they're like essays in mathematics. So how are we going to help you? Well, I'm going to be available. I am teaching a class at 12:30 on Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm teaching a 4-week liberal arts math class that meets in person. So I will be on campus Mondays and Wednesdays. My class is all afternoon. It's like 12:30 to 4. And then I will be available for this class from 11 to 12 in the tutoring center. If you cannot come physically to the tutoring center at Ventura College, you can also log on to Zoom. I'll have my information on the homepage of Canvas, and I can help you through Zoom. That's Mondays and Wednesdays from 11 to 12. And then Justin will also be available. You want to talk about your hours, Justin?
I will be available from Mondays 10 to 11, and then from 12 to 1, and then Wednesdays from 8 to 10, and 1 to 2 in person and in Zoom.
So if I were you, I would plan to come to as many hours as you can, work on your assignments with us, bring your questions, bring your proofs. I will also be giving you a review on Canvas for the midterm and the final. I'll give you like a handwritten or a, not handwritten, but a typed up review sheet with the answers. And you can come in and work on those before you take your midterm and final. All right. Our textbook is a first course in linear algebra by Cutler. It is free. There are 2 versions of the textbook. One is a PDF file that you can download and take it with you. You know, if you're going camping for the weekend, you can bring it with you camping. But the one I recommend you use is the other version, which is the web version. The 2 books, even though they look very similar, there's some differences in the page numbers, the theorem numbers. The web version has more resources like videos and other things. So if you were to use one of the versions, I would recommend the web version. But if you want, you can download. And if you're crazy like me, you can even print our textbook, which is kind of unusually large. We're going to be covering all the chapters with the exception of chapter 6 and 8. So in Cutler, we're going to be covering 7 chapters. You have online homework will take you a minimum of 10 to 15 hours weekly. You want to start your homework after you've worked on the reading assignment. We will also have discussion board proofs. a final project, and 2 exams that you take in person. For the midterm and final, you're given 2 hours. I will make them short enough so you can finish them in 2 hours, but they will not only test on the procedural problems where you have to solve like a matrix problem, you also want to know the theory and the proofs. No calculators are allowed. The project will be a Python programming problem that'll be due on August 3rd, and I'm going to give you all the code you need for the project. Just the not like the exact, like everything in the order, but you'll have to figure out what order to do things in. And then we're going to use a free online Python environment called SymPy. You do not have to download anything. You can just type your code on SymPy. It'll give you the results on the screen. And then all I'm going to ask for you when you turn in your project is a report and your code. The midterm, like I said, take it by July 18th. That's the Thursday that the testing center's open that second week. The final exam, take it by August 1st. And the project is due August 3rd. This is how you're being graded. The homework and reading assignments are worth 30%. The discussions, including it's going to be an intro discussion. I want you to get that done the first day of class. Just introduce yourself, and then we'll have 4 other discussions, which are all proofs. Those are worth 10% of your grade. The final project is worth 20, and the midterm and final are each worth 20%. Grading is the standard grading system. 90 to 100 is an A, 80, 89 is a B, and so on. Some tips. And Justin, if you think of any, feel free to jump in here. Log in every day, even weekends. I went on my honeymoon for 2 weeks in June, and I did a reading assignment every day. So if I was able to do it in 2 weeks, you guys can do it in 4. It's going to be tight, but I would say log in every day, read the modules, do the reading assignments, and then once you have a good understanding of the reading assignment, jump into the homework assignment. Use available resources like our office hours. You can come in person to the Ventura College Tutoring Center, or you can go on Zoom. Use the discussion board. In the very first intro module, there's a discussion board called Homework Forum, and Justin and I will be moderating that. What I encourage you to do first, if you have a problem that might benefit other students, post it. If you have a question about it, post it in the homework forum. And then if no student gets back to you within 1 day, Justin or I will reply to your question. That's where I want you to put your homework questions and other things about the class. Canvas has a great to-do list and calendar. I also sent you on the first week or a week ago, I sent you a checklist. I'll keep that up on Canvas as well. It basically shows you every assignment you need to do each week. Plan to submit early, 24 hours before the deadline would be helpful, especially with things like the project or the proofs. Because after you submit your proof, you're going to get points for commenting on another student's proof. Communicate, reach out to me if you have any challenges or need any extensions. Like I said, I'm being flexible in a 4-week summer class for a difficult math course like this. As long as you get everything to me by August 3rd, that's fine. Justin, do you have any tips for the students being a recent Ventura College graduate and a master's student?
Just keep on top of your work and don't fall behind.
Okay. If you need accommodations, you can contact the EAC and they will send a request to me. Especially if you need additional testing time over 2 hours, they can help you with that. And then finally, I have some of my information. If you need to reach me outside of our class, or actually this class is open 24 hours, but because it's online. But if you want to get a hold of me, you can text me on my Google Voice number. It's right here, 805-666-2920. I will respond to those during regular business hours. But if you get to me like after 5 o'clock, I might not get back to you until the next day. Same thing goes with Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you text me on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, I may not get back to you until the Monday. My email is ryan_petitfills1@vcccd.edu. I don't really use email as much because I'd rather use Canvas so I know which class it's from. But I do check my email daily if you want to email me. And then you can reach out to me or Justin through the Canvas messaging.
Oh,
All right. Any last words before we send them on their way, Justin?
good luck, and we're here for you.
We're here for you. Welcome to the class. All right. Let's see here. Recording. I haven't ended the recording yet. Oh,
Oh, it stops when we finish the meeting.